So then, the Macau Grand Prix weekend. I talked about it with a preview. This is going to be my quick review. I'm going to talk about it in some of the different sections as well. I started off by watching the GT stuff, and that was great to see. There was generally a trend, and I'll tell you when it bucks a trend later on. But generally the trend was the qualifying race was clean into Lisboa on lap 1, and then race 2 is where it all went south. And that was what happened here. Race 2, it was the contact with, wasn't it, Heinrich accidentally touched Hanka Guven, which on the spot also meant the end of the race for Picciarello, for Engsler, and Boccalacci. So that was 3 of the 5 Porsches out on the spot. But for Fuoco, it is a good kind of return on what happened 12 months ago, when he was leading going on to the final lap, and wasn't it himself and Marciello got together. And that decided the race in the end. So being able to win both of them, good job by him, and he got the fastest lap in the other one to boot, which meant I think it was pretty much an out-and-out Grand Slam, right? And the GT racing is one of the trickiest ones with Macau, because say what they said with the Heinrich Marciello battle throughout, the BMW is a power car. Most of those front-engine cars, their strength comes from power and the straights. And so, if the BMW is ahead when you get to Lisboa, you're not getting through. Because you need them to make a mistake on the run through Sector 5 to be able to have a chance at getting anywhere near them going into Sector 2. But overall, that was a fun one to watch. I did feel a bit for Ada Watara where the Lambo just gave up. It's a shame for Lambo as well. Neither of them finished on what's essentially the curtain call for the Huracan. I'm going to talk about the F4s next, because that was the one that bucked the trend with, oh my gosh, how many retirements in both the races? I mean, Theo McLaughlin managed to make it to the end, albeit classified 12th. He had a bunch of them out on lap 1 with almighty pile-ups, multiple. And then race 2, you had 13 make it to the end, but again, first lap incidents. Itsuki Sato, Shiba Zhang, and Kyo Lee Sato managed to finish at least one of them. But still, for like Kia Nakamura Berta didn't manage to finish either of them. The same for Alexander Munoz. When it comes to Formula Regional 1, the actual Macau Grand Prix, you did feel a bit for Freddie Slater with how he hit the wall just so late and ended up being out, having battled with Mari Boya for most of the race. But Teofil Nael with the actual Macau Grand Prix win, that was a great watch. It was a good move as well. One of the things is with the F4s and the Formula Regional, I think the Formula Regional is probably better for it than the F4s, just because there's more power and the drivers are just that more experienced. But you got to see lots of battles throughout both races in the end. Also, poor Oscar Wirtz didn't finish either of them. I got him confused for Charlie Wirtz a couple of times. But yeah, it was one of those ones where race 1 was relatively clean, barring Oscar Wirtz. And then race 2 was more intense. And then let's wrap it up with the TCRs. Well done for Lachey with the championship. But Hyundai managed to win both of them. And Hyundai have had such an off-season. The person with the most off-season, though, is poor Norbert Michelis, who, you know, has been like the best TCR driver in the rule set. But then DNF in the first one, 8th place in the second one, is such a quiet season for the Hungarian driver. Josh Buchan as well, or Buchan, with the win. Well done to him for picking up the win in the end with that one, and well done to Marchingnois for second place with Ted Bjork rounding out the podium. In the first race it was Ascona and Erlachey. So the inverted grid led to something impressive there. And in fact, with Montenegro and Guerrieri in 4th and 5th, the Hondas were still somewhat competitive, even though they weren't as competitive as they were this time 12 months ago. But overall, a good time for tin top racing, an entertaining time for the Formula cars. I didn't really get a chance to watch any of the other stuff, but I know that the I think it's the Road Sport Challenge, isn't it? It's the one with the Toy Baroos. They had an almighty pile up at the start of their race. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching and joining. If they had any other thoughts, let me know them in the comment section down below. But until next time, it's bye-bye for now.